Here's a more positive story before we go into the last piece that covers a whole plethora of topics. And it was by one of the members. And I've just took a portion of it. And it says, connected to that is that I had to destroy an object that I had made. And it was based on a vision I had in an ayahuasca ritual. I thought back then it was all light, but realised that it was not, but something of the astral. Although it was beautiful to watch, realising now that was a seduction. Yes, that's the heaven realm in the astral. It is a seduction and it is a trap. I also cleared my space of more objects and had to symbolically destroy a contract I signed at the beginning of a ritual, stating that I took full responsibility for what happened to me in the ritual. Through that experiences, I learned to deal with the images I now occasionally get. I understand now they are attacks. They are weak now, less frequent, and very easy to send back times 10 and destroy. This gives me a feeling of confidence and strength. That's exactly what it does when you do work on the self. You get a stronger strength, inner and outer, and confidence, which is lacking in many people, confidence. It's one of the things I struggled with when I was younger, low self-esteem. You know, it's very debilitating. And that's where the comparative mindset kicks in. So that was from a member and an example and validation of how the tools that I've given out in the various shows do work in these fields and sometimes dimensions and planes. But it's also a prime example I would like more people to consider of taking responsibility for your own actions. It is cathartic and a purging of your cord connections to darker elements and wrong paths that have been arrived at by various methods. You know, you cannot solve a problem by ignoring your own input into it. Otherwise, the solution fails and it rebounds back on you. You know, you've all experienced that. Why keep doing it? And it's like banks. You know, most in the alt media are by now aware of what they've done to us financially. And yet how many realise it is us who feed them? Like I said earlier, banks don't have any money. They only have our money. And imagine if all the alt media got together and removed all of their money and paychecks out of the main banks. Banks would be no more. And remember, it's our money they use to pay the millionaire and billionaire's interest. Ouch, I bet that hurts. Because that's correct. I don't think it's theirs, do you? Most millionaires and billionaires will all tell you. In fact, Trump has said it in a piece once. I used other people's money to make my riches. And that's what these elites do.